Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube update number 243, if you can believe that. Today is Saturday, July 30th, and 2022. I don't know what year it is. And this is a channel about cross stitch. Fortunately, it's not a channel about calendars because I don't know what day it is. I don't even know what year it is. Anyway, so it's either feast or famine. I had last week. I had just two projects that I was working on, and now August is coming up, and I've got a plethora of ideas, projects, whatever. So I've got my two WIPGO projects for July that I've met the goal on, and I have a couple more days left this month, so I am a little bit at loose ends. I don't know what exactly I'm going to work on. I've talked about that a little bit. But then August I have kind of jam-packed with projects. I was watching Stitchin' Mommy is the name of the channel. I was watching her Flosstube update the other day, and she had talked about, I guess last year, she did something called Arbitrary August, which I've heard people mention before, but for her, what she had done is she wrote, I don't know if they were whips or whatever, but she wrote them, each one on a slip of paper, and I think she did the whole month of August. And like every day, she would just pick one out of that bowl of strips of paper and would do whatever it said on there. So it's kind of like Mania, but in August. But so she said she wasn't going to do that again. She was going to do something slightly different, work on a few days each week. But I thought, I really couldn't do Arbitrary August. I've got the new WIPGO numbers that came out the other day, and then I have a few other things I wanted to do. But so I'm doing what I call ambitious August, because I do have the two numbers that were called for WIPGO are number 20 and 25, and on my WIPGO board those are both new starts. And so I said 10 days new start, whatever. It didn't specify what I would start on. So I thought, well, I could start on this, I could start on that. I have a bazillion charts that I want to stitch that are not started. But I finally settled on a couple of things. And I could also call this Elephant August because at least 3 of the projects that I'm thinking of have elephants in them. I love elephants, if you didn't know. So anyway, I've got a whole bunch of things lined up for the month of August. And how much I'll do of each one, I don't know, but at least I think I intend to meet my WIPGO goals. So speaking of WIPGO, I think last week I talked about all of this already, because I had as of Saturday when I did my update, I had met the goal on my WIPGO number 18, and that's this one, the Hello Pumpkin by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And so I in the next, because of I have 2 days for the month of July left. I think I'm going to finish up these little blank spots that I left. I left the white out of his eyes, and then there's a light brown color, and the white of this pumpkin. Mushroom. Golly, I cannot talk today. And so and here and there I've got some things that So I'm going to try to finish up some of the details on this one. And that's this here. So like, there's little, little leaves and stuff here and there. I might put some in that are missing. I think these two are there. But maybe not this one or something like that, and I've put in some, but like not, this one is not there, this one is not there. So, I don't know, but for sure I'm going to do the little details that I have not yet done on the to finish the fox and that one mushroom, because those are pretty simple. So this is on, again, 28 count, 2/2. This is avocado dyed fabric. And then the other WIPGO was my number 11, and Heaven and Nature Sing by Barrick. It's this one with the big deer. And so I made good progress on this one as well. I've met the goal as of yesterday. I had hit the 10 days, and I've been working on this a little bit more because today it was easy to work on while we were filming our Sticks and Strings video. So I made real good progress on this. I did a lot of work on the deer body. I finished the back half. There were just a few, like 4 or 5 stitches left here, so I finished those, and I did the 2 front legs, at least the brown part. There's again a tan part that's I haven't done any of it yet. And there's another shade of green that these holes are. They're some of them are empty, but I think this one is empty. But these empty spaces here are all this lighter green color. But the dark green of this collar that he's wearing is finished, and there's little red berries in there, holly berries that are finished. So what's not finished is the other light green color. And then his head and antlers go up here. So I started working on this because because of all the skipping over and leaving gaps and stuff for the other things, and I wanted to go ahead and start on that. And then when I get over here working on the body, I want to I'll work on more of this sort of intertwining, But I also worked on this thistle, and I did this and this, which are little trunks, basically, these little tiny trees that are in there. This one here, and this one here. And it's this lighter green that goes on the top and the bottom of this little tree here and here, and then goes around in the spaces of this collar. So those I haven't done because, again, I don't have the one. That's one thread I don't have. I have all the other colors that are in this, mostly reds and oranges and other shades like that. But those 2 colors, I guess at one point I took them out of the bag, and I guess I put them in other projects or whatever, and because I was looking for them, and some of these whips, I had pulled the threads out of them and put them away, and didn't, so some of those threads are, like, if I want to find them, they're in my DMC boxes or whatever. And then I have a couple of boxes that have, like, threads that I used for something that I just, was too lazy to put away in my big DMC boxes. I have the little ones. so when I'm looking to kit up a project, of course I go through the little boxes first, and then go through my big boxes and find all the right numbers. Well, unless of course I've got thread stuck in some other project, like I must have for this one, because those two threads I have the I feel like there's a character in an X-Files episode called Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose, and it's actually an award-winning Emmy award-winning episode. Very well written, very well, and it has the guest actor. Oh no, I can't say his name. Peter Boyle. Anyway, his character is like supposedly has psychic abilities, and one of the things he does is he plays lottery, and like they show him like listening for the lottery numbers, and on the ticket that he has, he's off by one number, like the winning numbers are 25, 43, whatever, and he's got 24 and 41 or whatever, he's like one number off or something on all of these. And that's kind of how I felt when I was looking for these numbers, these threads. I was like, I have the number right before it and the number right after it, but not the one I'm looking for, so yeah, so those threads I'm sure are somewhere. I just can't put my hands on them. And if I'd have thought about it, I went and bought some threads yesterday, the day before. Went to Hobby Lobby with my sister, and I just went ahead and got a couple threads. And if I'd have thought about it, I would have just bought, the threads I was missing, even though I'm sure I have them somewhere. It's just easier to buy more. But anyway, so I worked on this. This thistle is finished, and then there's like 3 more here. So I just got to the end of a thread here. So, but I'll probably finish. I have a thread started here, and I'll probably go ahead and finish the threads that I have there. But even though I've already met the goal. So anyway, that's and this is 30. I think it's 32 count linen, and I think I coffee or tea dyed this fabric myself. So that's July, and my July rabbit, I just did like a little bit of the border, and I just never got back to it. So so I don't know that I will ever, reasonably get back to that. But I have the August rabbit, and it's this, and I don't know if you can see it a little bit better, really close up like this. But the rabbits are white. Like here's the ear and the face and the legs. This is upside down one, but there's the ones that are over here are a little hard to see because of the glare in the picture. But this one here you can kind of see his little ears and his feet, and there's his face right there. But against this sort of lighter color fabric, they're really hard to see. And and this is silk thread, so you use one thread basically. And I think this is 36 count linen, so it's pretty small, but still, it's because the background fabric is so light colored. I think it's shale is the name of the linen that they used. Shale by Picture This Plus is what was in this pattern, and I think all of the rabbit the models use this same linen. So, but to me it's very hard to see the rabbits on that one. So I am using, this is the I'm doing all the rabbits on Murano Carré from Hobby Lobby. It's 32 count. And I did the January rabbit on this color, and it's white. It's all white, almost all white. And it looks really good. You can see it really well. So I think that's what I'm going to do for this one, is the same colored fabric. And the white really shows up well on here, and I think then the other colors will too. The orange and red and green will show up well on this fabric. So that's rabbit. So I'm hoping to get a little bit more done than I've done so far. But you know, I've got those all waiting in the wings. I think I've only finished the January one, which I did last year, and March and April. For whatever reason, I finished those, but not February, but not all the rest of the months. So maybe I'll get to them. I don't know. So there's 31 days in the month of August, and I've got 10 days for each of the new starts, the new WIPGO starts. And that leaves me 10 days to play with. So I'm hoping some of that will be on this August rabbit, and some of it will be on my August cross-stitch camp project, and that's this one here. I've talked about this before, Hippity Hop by Lindsey weight of Primrose Cottage stitches. And it's not a very big design. It's only 43 by 43. And I'm going to do it on, again, this 40 count. I don't even know what you call it. I think it's just embroidered cotton, yes, yeah. But it doesn't say, this is from Hobby Lobby. And again, I've talked about this before, that they have like a set of, I think it's 5 colors. So they have like an earth tone set and another set, I'll show you in a second, of neutrals. So this is the lighter green one, but I think it's very springy and it'll look really good. And this design has a dark green on there, but I think it'll show up well on this fabric anyway. So Hippity Hop. This is my August cross-stitch camp project. So for WIPGO, for my new starts, I'm doing 2 projects here that one of them is from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine that came out, the summer edition that came out. And this is by Jeannine McGowan of the Blue Flower. This is A Parade of Elephants. And this is, I don't know if it's the photography of the model or if it's the fabric, but because in the instructions that like what fabric and threads and all that stuff that they used, the fabric is called evergreen, and to me that looks very blue gray whatever, so I don't know if it's just the photograph or whatever, but the gray, or it's sort of a beige brown is what the color is called, and this little baby elephant is slightly darker, but these barely show up. And like I said, maybe in person you could see it a little better than in the photograph, but yeah. So I was thinking maybe a blue would look better, with the gray of the elephants, would show up, and it probably would have. But so I was thinking about, I guess I have to dye some fabric because I wanted to do that. But then I found this fabric that I had in my stash, and this is it's a combination, I think, of blue, purple, and wine, and really you can't see any other colors but the sort of, I guess, wine color, whatever. But I dyed this some time ago And then, you know, I thought, well, that's really, really pretty red. I don't know what I'm going to stitch with it. Stitch on it. But I think the elephant will, the parade of elephants will look good on there. I don't have the, I'm trying to find the actual, yeah, the threads on that. One of them is this, this is a DMC variegated thread. And this is the only one I'm really concerned about, because it's hard to tell, you know, because of the variegation and the thing, and they're fairly long variegations. But you can see there's a light color there, and some of it is kind of, it's kind of brown, kind of a little red. So, you know, but I think it'll show up well. It kind of just depends on, you know, how the colors lie and how they, you know. So in the photograph that I just had my hands on, and now I can't find it, here it is. You know, so the border here, you know, you can see the change, the variegation in there, but so that's the only thing I'm really concerned with. The other colors, I think I did a sort of a floss toss with these, and I think the other colors will show up well. The only thing I was concerned with are these sort of these, you know, the grays of the elephants will show up really well, I think. I think all these colors that are in this design will show up well against this fabric. So, yeah. So I'm going to do Parade of Elephants. That's one of my WIPGO projects. New Start. So that's this. And I move it that way. And then the other WIPGO one I'm doing is this Tinymodernist Biscornu. It's an elephant Biscornu, and it's in the model is just done on, I think, on white Ada. But I really like those elephants, and they've got like these little flower, I don't know what you call them, designs there, and they're wearing little crowns of flowers. And then the back of the Biscornu is just this little corner design here. There's nothing else in there, so it should be pretty quick. And then I have those elephant buttons. I don't have them handy, but the elephant buttons that I showed last week, before last, whatever it was, that I bought at the attic, the little ceramic buttons, elephant buttons. But I think they'll look really good in the middle. My sister was saying that, you know, that it looks good to eat with just a plain round button, because it looks kind of like they're playing with the ball. But I think I want to put that little elephant button in there. I have two of them, so I have one for the back and one for the front. So I think it'll work well. And so I'm going to do it on 25 count Lugano, which I've never used before. 25 count, and this is Artiste. This is a Hobby Lobby brand. This 25 count, in it's called Steel Blue, which is this one. So, and again, I did a little bit of floss toss so that, you know, because this is pretty dark, but I think that the elephants will show up really well on that as well. So, well, that's my other WIPGO project. 10 days on that, and I'm hoping that in 10 days I can maybe finish it. So then the other stuff that I'm doing in my ambitious August, I want to do this little project. I've had this. I don't remember why I bought it. I think I just liked it. It's cute. This little kitty. It's creased here because I had it crammed in a little Ziploc bag, and it was, just too big, just a little bit too big. So I just folded it and stuck it in there. But anyway, this is a Bucilla kit. So it comes with the Ada fabric, and it comes with this little plastic frame. I don't know that I'll use that or whatever, but and then it comes with the threads and a needle in it. So it has this little piece of Ada to put it on, and I am probably gonna dye this, and I don't know what color yet because maybe blue. Seems like I dye everything blue, but because the only color that shows, of course, is the sort of a sky around here, because the grass and the cat, everything. This is all full coverage down here, so I may go with like a light blue or something, to be the background there. So there's that. But this should be, if I can do it, if I have the time to do it, it should be pretty quick. And then the other thing I want to do is, there's another kit I have, and this one I bought just a few weeks ago. Well, I think in June, when my sister and I went to Albuquerque for the Youth Symphony reunion. It was also my cousin Judy's birthday around that time. And so we were at Joann's looking for a little cross-stitch project for her to work on. And while we were there, my sister pointed out this elephant to me. So it's a very colorful chart, but it comes with white Ada. So I'm still thinking about what color to dye this fabric, but I want to go ahead and dye this piece of Ada also. Whoop, 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 whoop. I just dropped a needle. There it is. I'll lose that. But so yeah, so I'm gonna dye this little piece of Ada as well. I don't want to lose this. Put that there. Okay. And then the other, so the other piece of fabric I want to dye is for this. This is the redone Come Thou Fount chart. And so I don't have, a color for the background of this, because this is, if you were to buy this, and I think it's on the Etsy site already, I think. I don't remember, but it would be a PDF, and maybe it's not on the Etsy site yet. I don't remember. But like you could order it as a PDF. So I don't have the model version of it stitched yet. I had originally stitched it on like I think it was a natural kind of linen, a natural color, or maybe I copy dyed it, I don't remember. But so I want to redo it and do like either a light blue or maybe a light green. I don't know, because it has a lot of green here and a lot of green here, but it has a blue around it, and because it's Come Thou Fount, I want to use blue also. But so I have a piece, a larger piece, because it's pretty big. It's like 200 and something stitches long, and about 150 wide, I think. So it takes a pretty good size piece of fabric. So this is a 30 by 36 piece of 28 count even weave. And so I want to dye this to go with that project. So I had been thinking of fabric for Parade of Elephants and the Biscornu, the elephant Biscornu, and I was thinking I needed to dye some fabric for those, But then I found those two pieces in my stash, or I mean the Lugana, the 25 count from Hobby Lobby I had purchased, and the other one, of course, I had in my stash already. So I thought, oh, I don't need a dye fabric. But then I had forgotten, like in the from one day to the next, about the elephant kit and the little kitty kit, and this one. That's why I was thinking, oh, I need to dye a whole bunch of fabric, you know. But so I told my sister, oh, I don't need to dye fabric after all, because I found these, you know. And then I looked at my charts again, and I'm like, yes, I do need to dye fabric. But anyway, so yeah, I have all that. And then, as if that wasn't enough, I decided I want to go ahead and start this. This is a Chessie and Me kit. I did one, or started on one, I think it's in my whips, I think, called Under the Acorn, I think it's called, by Chessie and Me. And it was a little kit that I found at the attic. And so this is another Chessie and Me kit called Sheepish Manor. And I just, you know, I saw this one there, and it was a little kit also. And it has like the fabric and threads, and you know, and the chart. So it's a little expensive compared to just like buying a chart by itself. And I hemmed and hawed about it, because I thought, I don't need that. I don't need it. I have lots of patterns and charts and kits and stuff. Oh, but it's so pretty. It's so cute, and it, you know, comes with everything. So these got these little lazy daisy stitches for the tree, and a bunch of little kind of, I don't know if you call them Quakers or whatever. And then there's a little house, and there's a big sheep, and a big hill, and this little border around it. And then it has a little alphabet, so you can put in your own initials, whatever, you know, or whatever initials you want to put there. But it's called Sheepish Manor, and it comes with silk threads, really nice silk threads, and a piece of fabric. I think this is 32 count, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I want to say 32, maybe it's 36, but I don't know. And a needle. And so yeah, so it's already kitted up. It's just, you know, and it might be a lot of stitching for that hill, you know, and the sheep is kind of a lot, and the house might be a lot, but otherwise it's it's easy. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, ambitious August. So I have lots of things I want to do, but you know. So that's all my stitching. By way of haul, I have just a little bit. Like I said, I've got some of those DMC threads that I needed, that I picked up, and I could probably use some more if I weren't so lazy about looking for the threads that I know I have. But so I talked about how Hobby Lobby has this Artiste brand, and they have the it's called embroidery linen, and it looks like it's 40 count, and so that's what I'm doing the Hippity Hop on. And I said, you know, I talked about how they have two sets of fabric. So they have the earth tone kind of colors that I got that green out of, so greens and other colors. And then this is their neutral pack. This yeah, neutrals. So it has gray and black and white and sort of a beige color. And I think, I don't know if there are two whites or one is an off-white, I think. You can just make out the difference between this one and this one. This one looks a little more echoey, and this looks a little brighter white. But so there's black and then white and this sort of beige, and this sort of off-white, and this gray. So these are really nice colors also to use it. And like I said, they are apparently 40 count. So but I just thought, I've got the earth tone kind of color, so I'm gonna get the neutrals. So, um, and then the other thing I'm thinking about, because I watched the movie 1917. It's a World War One movie about these two young men who they have to deliver a message to another commander to tell him to call off this attack they're going to do or whatever. And so he and his friend are sent on this mission to try to reach this command. So they have to go quite a long ways to go. And anyway, at one point, one of the soldiers is going through the woods, and there's a little group, a command of soldiers that are sitting there in the woods, and one of the soldiers is singing this song, "The Wayfaring Stranger," which is one that we did at this church that my grandmother, my dad's mother, Grandma Phoebe, was a member of. But this one is "The Wayfaring Stranger." You can't see it well because I have it on this clipboard there. "The Wayfaring Stranger." So this, like I said, this song was in my head recently because of that movie, and so we used to sing it. We've sung it a lot. It was very familiar, but so I'm still going through and deciding. I am a poor wayfaring stranger while traveling through this world below. There is no sickness, toil, nor danger in that bright world to which I go. And then there's the chorus there, and so I'm still trying to decide. I don't want to do like all four verses. It's pretty long, and so I'm still making decisions about what parts of it I'm going to use and which parts of whatever. So, but I really like that hymn, and I really want to figure out how to chart it or whatever. So that's also what I'm going to be hopefully going to be working on. So anyway, so I've got my work cut out for me for the month of August, and I'm hoping that all goes well. I do have an appointment coming up with the this hand surgeon that I've talked about, this weird lump that I have here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm talking about my lump. It looks, at first I thought, well, I'm just fat, it's just, but there's definitely a bump there. And I showed it to my primary care doctor, and he was like, it looks like it's a nerve ganglion. And he says that it's a lot of times, it's like a fluid filled whatever from, you can get it around your wrist bones and all that, Some people, I've seen some people have them, back here, but, so mine is on the back of my hand here. And so I'm going to have the hand surgeon evaluate it. But I was trying to make the appointment with the hand surgeon. I had, and I got some referrals from my primary care doctor for a podiatrist and a dermatologist and this hand surgeon. And I had to, getting all my rack of referrals and appointments and things set up. And so, like, I had the podiatrist appointment that went pretty quickly, and so they had called me with numbers for these referrals, with phone numbers, so I could, call them, because they said, okay, well, we've sent all the referrals, so you need to call and set up appointments with all these people. And so I had no problem with the podiatrist, and but I went to do the hand surgery right away because I wanted to do it pretty quickly because the metropolitan, no, not met, the community college. It's called, is it Mesa Community College? I don't know. Anyway, the community college that has an orchestra that I played with this past year with my sister. They're getting ready to start up again for the school year, and so I wanted to get this. If I have to have surgery, which I'm thinking I probably will, just to get rid of this ganglion, that if I have to have surgery, I don't know if I have to not play for a few weeks or a couple weeks or I don't know, whatever. So anyway, I was trying to get this appointment set up right away, and I called over there, the number that they gave me, and they said, "Oh, we haven't received the referral yet." And so I thought, well, okay, I'll wait a couple days, and I called back again, and they had not yet received it. So I was like, well, maybe the doctor's office forgot to send it because, or maybe they thought they sent it, but they didn't because of all these other referrals they had to do. And so I was looking at it, and I'm like, okay, here's the number for the dermatologist, and but so I guess I texted the primary care doctor because you can text so you don't have to be on hold forever. So I texted them and I said, I was told that that a referral had been sent, but they haven't received it. So could you send it again? And they sent it and then told me the address, which was an address in Mesa, which, all these little towns in Mesa, Tempe, Chandler, Phoenix, they're all kind of connected in the greater Phoenix area. But where something is, can make a lot of difference, whether it's in Mesa or Albuquerque, Chandler, Phoenix, whatever, downtown Phoenix, whatever. So they sent me a thing that said that the address of the place was in Mesa. And so I texted the hand surgery place and I said, what is your physical address, where you are? Because I thought, well, maybe that's why they don't have the referral. Because if it went to this office in Mesa and, depends on where their office is or whatever, maybe there's a different fax number, I don't know. So I, again, was texting with them and they said, we're in Phoenix and, yada, yada, yada. But I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, it's the same phone number and the same fax number. And so I went and looked at their website, and they have several locations. So they have one in Phoenix and one in Mesa and one in, So, but also they gave me at the hand surgeon's office, they gave me an email address. And they said, well, sometimes if you send the referral to the email address, we get it faster than the fax thing. So I don't know how they do their faxes, but for some reason it takes them 3 days to get a fax thing, But so I called the doctor's office in person and spoke to someone there and gave them this email address because I had sent them the email address when I texted them, but apparently they didn't use it when they sent the referral. So I asked the guy, can you send an email? Can you send the referral through email? Would you please do that? And I had to give him the email address and everything. And so finally they did get it. So I'm having the appointment on the 2nd, which is Tuesday. Yeah. So I think it's on the 2nd. Maybe it's on the 1st. I don't know. Maybe it's August 1st. I don't know. But so I'm hoping that I will get this taken care of. But so next Saturday, I might have stitches. No, I don't know. It depends on when they can set it up, So I might not have the surgery right away, but hopefully as soon as possible because I want to get this taken care of quickly because the season is coming up. so that I have that coming up, and then I have other appointments, but so I'm waiting to see how everything goes. But so yeah, it was a big back and forth with the with the doctor's office and the dermatologist and the podiatrist and the hand surgeon, and mostly with the hand surgeon, and my doctor's office is trying to get. I don't know why it would take 3 days to get, like I said, to get a fax machine. When you walk over to the fax machine, or find out where the referral went, whatever. But if they all have the same, I don't know. But anyway, so like I said, it looks like I have a lot of stuff lined up to work on for the month of August. But if I have, if I could make myself work on, like just for, say, half a day or something, like a few hours, 4 or 5 hours on this project, and, because I have basically all day, it's not like I have to work or have to, feed children or something like that. So, I have lots of time to stitch, just depending on what a few other things I have to do, but like I said, it's not like I'm basically retired, if you will, and so so I could spend a lot of time, working on say a couple of things a day if I wanted to, and so if I could just make myself do it, we'll see how things go. But otherwise, I think that's about it. It's enough. Well, so next Saturday, I will let you know how things are going with my ambitious August plans. I have all these, since I bought that package of project bags, from Amazon. These little zippered bags, whatever. I can kind of tell the older ones that I've had for a while that are a little bit beat up because they're a little crispy and wrinkly. They tend to get pokey and wrinkly, but as opposed to a nice cloth project bag that doesn't do that. But so I've been, I like separating, putting all these different projects in them, and I have a whole ton. It seems like I have a ton of them because of all these my ambitious August projects. So yeah, there's a lot of them. Fortunately, like I said, some of them are smaller, so hopefully they won't all. I'll be able to get through some of them. Anyway, so again, so I will let you know how things are going next week, and we'll see how far I get. So until then, keep working on what you're working on. Let me know what you're up to for the month of August. And I will see you next time. So until then, happy stitching. Bye.